Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, my Taurus friends and friends of Taurus. This is the Divine Phoenix Rising Tarot, and hey, I'm Zachary. Thank you guys for joining me here, and welcome to my table. So, your message for this period, you guys, all are timeless, by the way, so please, if you do feel drawn to something, I encourage you to take a look. There's a message in there for you. In meditation, what came through, this was, I'm going to be honest with you, it was a little bit hard for me to nail down, like, what in the hell Spirit was trying to say. So maybe you are feeling a little bit confused yourself. Like it was like close to an answer, but it was like just give me the freaking answer. You know what I'm saying? So what I saw was actually a piece of art that I had made back when I was a child. And it was this Z that had like fire and ice on it. And there's something about, I can't even tell you what it is. But when I look at that picture, it is like the Z is appropriate. It's all, you know, it looks like fire and ice, but there's something about it that just feels off balance. And I can't to this day tell you what it is. So the message that was coming through and being shown that was like, there's something in your life right now that maybe looks, you know, or you know is in balance, but when you are looking at it or feeling it, there's just something that does not feel balanced about it. Very curious, you guys. Okay, so I'm interested to get into this message. Let's see what in the hell is going on. So Spirit, what do we have here for Taurus? 9 of Swords here at the split to start. Maybe this is causing you anxiety. What I also think about is like looking at, like, you've got this one picture on your wall, and for whatever reason, no matter what you do, it just does not look straight, and it's driving you nuts to the point where you're losing sleep. I've never done that, you guys, okay? Maybe it's your walls, all right? Maybe the angles of the walls are not square. It does feel like there's something about needing to accept something outside of your control kind of comes in. It's interesting. Yes, let's keep going. Let's keep going here. So for Taurus here, please, Spirit. This is the Deviant Moon, excuse me, tarot deck. And thank you guys for being here, for your love and support. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. All great ways to support me in the growth of this channel, and I truly appreciate it. I wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, okay? If you're looking for personal readings, I do have that available, and that is a link in the description of this video. You can take a look at my website there. And stay tuned till the end here for some information on how to win a free reading. So Justice, this is your hope. Justice is definitely about balance, like justice being administered, something coming into balance, a need or desire for balance, for something to be fair. That's funny. Maybe you want that damn picture to come into balance, right? Why is this? I know there's somebody out there who is struggling with something on their walls. You are hoping for something to come into balance. But for most of you, well, in general, like I said, I feel that message coming in through meditation is something, you know something is balanced. Maybe you're even getting out that level, and it is level. You're like, I know gravity is telling me right now that this is balanced. But when you look at it, and it doesn't have to be a physical object here, something just doesn't feel balanced. So that's what you're hoping for here, is for that to come into balance. Let's investigate this. I'm curious what's going on. So this is the Murder of Crows Tarot as well. Spirit, what other messages do we have here for Taurus? And this is a general message, so please keep that in mind. You are intelligent. You are also a powerful co-creator here. So please use your head, heart, and intuition to decipher which messages may be for you and which ones are for somebody else, okay? Both Page and Knight of Cups came through there, so I feel like there's this feeling of like kind of stalling halfway through a journey here. We'll get into that a little bit further. Check out your rising moon and Venus signs also. You are more than your sun sign, and I dare you guys to look, okay? I dare you. 9 of Swords here at the bottom. So this is your fear, aversion, anxiety. Something is really like getting to a point where it is affecting your peace, your ability to like relax and even possibly sleep at night. Maybe there is something you know, in the form of a nightmare. Maybe that picture is a nightmare. Just get rid of the picture. Oh, just knock down the wall and put up something different. I don't know. But it is something that is requesting to be seen. I very much am feeling that like you're so close to figuring out what is out of balance, but far enough away that it's like it's becoming a monster of its own, if that makes sense. Okay, let's get into this. Let's go. 611 there on the timer. 611 to me is very much like you are on the right track. All right, keep going. So 2 of Wands here comes into start in your general. 2 of Wands is about like moving from a place where you're comfortable to where you're not necessarily fully comfortable for the sake of progress and growth, making a plan to make a change, planning for the future. This person is, you know, digging up dirt, planting onions, making a plan for the future here. So that could be, for some of you, what is going on and feeling unbalanced too, is like maybe you're one of these people who are used to just like A, B, C, D, E, 1, 2, 3, this is the plan, this is what we're doing, I'm gonna plan everything and this is how it's gonna go. And looking at the plan, you see like it's balanced, you know, both sides of the equation are balanced here, but as you're going through and experiencing it, it's not feeling balanced. Yeah, that does happen. But I feel like if you're experiencing it in that way, this is causing some distress. It's causing anxiety, that nightmare feeling, that insomnia. This isn't the way that you planned for it to go. Okay, let's keep going. I feel like there is some patience towards yourself, okay? Some kindness in that regard, or some flexibility in the unknown chaos that may be helpful for those of you that applies to. So 6 of Pentacles comes in next to the 2 of Wands. And I like how this is mirrored as well. 11-6. 6-11 popped up on the timer there. You're on the right track. Being in the mirrored form, I feel like there's something that there's a need to look at something just a little bit differently. We'll keep going into this, but 6 of Pentacles is your give and take. It is receiving help, giving help when needed. You could be the person with the need. You could be the person with the ability to give. I do also this is drawing me back to that idea of like the equation, balancing out. This is that balance, something balancing out, but not feeling balanced. Like no matter what you give or no matter what you receive, something is still just not feeling balanced. This is interesting, you guys. Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's get to the bottom of it. All right, Spirit, please give me some more information here for Taurus. What in the hell is going on? 6 of Pentacles. Why 6 of Pentacles here? What's going on with this balance? Ace of Pentacles. So an Ace of Swords here too. I do very much get there's some anxiety that may be causing some destructive qualities to what you're trying to build. So like I said, the 2 of Wands is about planning for the future, especially having this digging up and planting stuff. Ace of Pentacles comes in here. Now, Ace of Pentacles is about opportunities, being available, either coming forward for you or a request for you to go out and find where they are. But what I get from this card sometimes too is this quality of like pulling up opportunities before they become the fruitful ventures or opportunities they're meant to be. Like as you're tending to your garden here, you're planting things, you are maybe mistakenly pulling up something that you meant to have there, right? Or as you're weeding something, realizing that weed that blew into your garden here was actually, I don't know, the natural medicine that you needed for something, right? There is just a quality of needing to let something grow, to take root, before pulling it up to see how it fits into your life, to see what the usefulness of that is. Patience. That's what's coming through. Okay. In trying to balance this equation, whatever that looks like for you in this design of your life, it seems like there is a component that maybe is looking chaotic, but is actually the answer to something that you're requesting from the universe or God. and you're not seeing that because it looks like a weed. Okay, let's keep going. So in the good stuff here for you, you have Four of Wands to start. I feel like you guys are getting to the bottom of this, all right? This is a crossing of a threshold. It's also like getting together with kindred souls, your soul tribe. I feel like this is an opportunity, being in the good stuff. There is an opportunity here for you to really make, like that crossing of a threshold is what comes to mind, to make a significant development, okay? Like in letting go of some of this control or lack of patience potentially, you are finding the control or whatever aspect that you are actually wanting. Marriage comes through with the Four of Wands too. So I feel like combining these two, combining two aspects that are asking to be combined, but maybe like that fire and water, ice picture that I was talking about in the beginning. They're trying to come into union, but maybe you are trying to decide how they come into union when there's already a natural way that happens, okay? That's interesting. All right. Next, you've got the Hanged Man. So speaking of, like I was saying with those mirrored numbers, 611, 11, 6, there's a need to look at something differently. Here you go. Is that the Hanged Man here? To take a different perspective on something. Being in the good stuff, your blessing, you are being directed towards like that vantage point where you can see something differently, where that mirror is, where you can decipher the true message, right? And I feel like it has to do with something that you are considering chaos that is actually order. And that's interesting. Like order in the grand design of universe, God, whatever you want to call that force. There's a need for you to let go of some control a little bit in the way that pans out. Your equation isn't accounting for chaos or the grander design. Okay, let's keep going here. Anything more here in the good news for Taurus, please? Yes. You have the World and Ace of Wands come through. Love that. This is the closing of a cycle, something ending, and then something beginning with the Ace of Wands here. A beautiful, exciting, energetic, passionate kind of journey. A creativity that you have never known. Okay. That's a bit dramatic. I feel like this is an opportunity with the Hanged Man coming through here too, taking that different vantage point for you to end the way that you are approaching something, like maybe setting up that equation. Everything is not designed to be under your control in this life. Yeah. And trust me, you guys, I wish it were. Trust me. Even just a little bit funny. Even looking at this person's eyebrows here, I'm just wishing that they were a little bit more balanced, right? But they're sisters, not twins, or brothers, not twins, right? I feel like that's just an additional emphasis towards that message. Like maybe the equation, you were never allowed access to truly balance that equation, right? So I feel like you are getting to a point of understanding that, and there is a freedom, there's a new journey, there's a new expression that is coming forward in releasing that kind of control. Because the world is also, maybe some of you are actually like moving into a situation where you're traveling a bit more, which awesome, love that. But the world, in completing that cycle, the world is then at your feet, okay? You have gained all of the powers from the rest of the major arcana, and you're stepping into this new cycle with all of the knowledge and powers that you've gained from previous experience. Love that, you guys. So being here in the dark, what's hidden, what you don't see coming, underlying message here, judgment. you are, what's coming through is like, what you think you may be working is in fact you being worked, all right? And that's where I feel like this control, a balance is being requested for you to just like let go a little bit of the control. Judgment is about moving from something that's not working to where it is meant to work, all right? Looking at components of yourself and deciding what you actually want to be there and what you want not to be there. So I feel like there is this pressure that's going on with this balancing of the equation, where you're being shown what may not actually be working inside of you anymore. Like that aspect of, maybe there's an aspect of control or of perfectionism, of desire to just be in control, okay? Of yourself, possibly of others as well. I feel like that's stemming from like a fear though, just to throw that out there. And I feel like that's what you're kind of being directed towards seeing, especially with this Nine of Swords here at the bottom of your fear, anxiety, is, fear itself. You're afraid of fear. You're being shown where this fear is. So Ace of Swords came in here as well for what is in the dark. This I would take very much as like the truth. The truth is here in the dark. You're being led to this though as an underlying message to cut through some bullshit. Oh my God, you guys are Taurus. Bullshit, you guys. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I like that. Okay, so yeah, you guys are being shown where you can cut through the bull, all right? Cut through your own self. Get right to the core. And that's what Judgment's talking about here, is getting to your core. Oh, how crafty, Spirit. I love that. Can we get some more information here for Taurus on what is in the dark? Hanged Man and Two of Swords popped out here. So Hanged Man, again, you had this in your good stuff. So the underlying message, you guys are being shown, there's a need to look at something differently in order for you to progress. The Two of Swords here is being at a crossroads. There is a decision that needs to be made. And having the Ace of Swords here too with that, I feel like there is one choice that needs to be made, right? You can't sit on the tipping point. You have to choose hither or thither, okay? Or yawn, all right? This doesn't have to be just A or B. There are other options involved here. And I think that's a part of what you're being shown here too with the Hanged Man, is you can take off that blindfold and look around to see what other options are available. I love that. Okay. So your challenge here, to start, you have Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is about resiliency. It is the wounded warrior. They're fighting. They've been fighting. They're protecting something that is important to themselves, right? Maybe maybe you are somebody who has gotten to a point where you're trying to control these details, balance that equation in all ways, making sure the garden looks pristine, and in doing so, actually removing some very beneficial elements. That is a mechanism that has been designed to protect, okay? To protect you. So the challenge here is, for some of you, pushing through this, all right? There is success that's just about here, okay? But you're being asked to keep going. For others of you though, what comes through is like impaling yourself, hoisting yourself on your own petard. In doing what you feel, and maybe has been beneficial in the past, and doing what you feel is beneficial or helpful, you may also actually be hurting yourself a little bit. Kind of back to that concept with the Ace of Pentacles, like I said. Four of Cups comes in here as well to clarify your challenge. So missing something, all right? There's a message, there's an opportunity, there's a gift, there's an offering of some sort. Ace of Pentacles that we're talking about here. And having, honestly, you know what, you guys? You've had Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and Ace of Wands come through here. With the world being completion, you are being shown and offered, directed to where there is that oasis in the desert here, where there's a new opportunity in many different realms. The issue with the Four of Cups, or the trickery, the hard part about the Four of Cups is if we are pessimistic, if we are too focused on to focus on anything, really. It could be positive, negative, light or dark. We could miss the signs that are around us, showing us, hey, there's the answer, you know, you've been looking for, asking for, like the Ace of Pentacles is talking about. How does Taurus break through this challenge? How do they champion themselves through? Please, Spirit. Pay attention is what's coming to mind. Temperance. Temperance comes through, so this is going with the flow, you guys. Again, I'm brought back to this. There's a need to release some control in something, okay? Be brave. Challenge yourself. If you are one of these individuals that's used to just like everything being just so, because that's how you need it, I feel there's this challenge. What's happening for you right now is like, why? Maybe some of these components will stay, deserve to stay, need to stay, whatever. But with judgment coming through, this process that's happening right now is you're being challenged to cut through the bullshit, okay? What is needed to stay and what doesn't need to stay? You know what I'm saying? Does that picture really need to be fully straight? There are, you know, OCD, there are legitimate, and I know people throw that term around flippantly, but OCD is actually like a legitimate thing, and it's not always just about like everything being square sometimes, but that is not what I'm talking about, okay? That is a separate thing, and that's something that you can work with professionals on, okay? I'm talking about systems that, well, and although, you know, honestly, those kinds of components can be, we can bring ourselves closer to those kinds of situations by reinstilling what it is that we feel that we need, you know? I know people with OCD have to do a certain process of things in order for their brain to feel like they can move forward to the next level. Maybe that's a part of what you're struggling with, whether diagnosed or not, okay? Stepping away from that. The point is you are being asked to examine truly what is needed to stay here with those components and what needs to go. So 3 main pieces of advice here for Taurus. Please, Spirit. How to help a Taurus. Confession, releasing a secret, pursuing virtue through honesty. Back to that Ace of Swords here. I feel like this confession to yourself is what needs to stay and what needs to not stay. What has been done just to help you feel safe, and what is okay to let go of. Ask your angels, seek the divine. Your angels want to support you. And that's the Temperance too, okay? This was your solution to your challenge. Going with the flow, that component of your angels, there's an angel right there. Ask for some support, you guys. Ask and you shall receive. Any other messages here for Taurus? An apology. Forgiveness through mutual understandings. And then obsession here, focusing too much on one situation, then you need to take a step back. Leave the picture alone, okay? Apology though, forgiveness through mutual understanding. Some of you, I feel like for some of you, this process of balancing this equation, I think you understand what I'm saying at this point. That process of like building those habits or processes, whatever, have been, like I said, for defense here with the 9 of Wands, but to protect against something that's hurt in your past, whether you need to apologize to somebody or somebody, you know, you're owed an apology. This is talking about mutual forgiveness, all right? Mutual understandings. That may be a part of what you're being asked to look at with Judgment and the Ace of Swords here, like cutting right to the quick, you guys. Getting to the core of why some of these deeper things are here. And maybe you'll find that you do need to reach out to somebody. I don't know. I don't feel like that's for everybody, but I do feel like that's for some of y'all. Okay, Taurus, so let's move into animal spirit messages for you. This is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle. So what do we have for Taurus, please, Spirit? What do we have for Taurus? How to help a Taurus, yes. Ooh, tiger. Take a tiger snooze, okay? So tiger is a very divine feminine, lunar type force. Very powerful energy as well as the concept of the tiger. And I love this actually for you guys. There can be a fear of like that bump in the night or in the darkness. There's a fear of like, what is in the darkness that could hurt me? And the tiger hunts at night, right? They can see very well in the darkness. They can see, they are that force in the darkness. So what this is saying is that there's nothing to be afraid of in the dark except for your own power. And that's what's coming through here with this mess, like whatever is causing this need to balance. And that's why I'm feeling back to the meditation message. You're looking at something and it all looks balanced. Like I've got all the boxes checked. This should be just so, but there's something that is still just not feeling in balance. And the reason for that is because you're missing the power that is in the darkness. There's something that checking these boxes or making sure that everything is just so is actually hiding or trying to cover up some sort of pain, somewhere where forgiveness is needed from you or for you. Yeah, no, that's real for sure. Don't be afraid to, what comes to mind having the Nine of Swords here as well with your anxiety, you know, insomnia. Don't be afraid to turn the light on, okay? In the dark. I'm afraid of the dark. Shit. Whew. I just had a bout here when I moved recently of readdressing my relationship to the closet. Like I've been afraid of the closet since I was a little kid. Always used to have like, I mean, they called them night terrors, whatever. Horrible, terrible things coming out of the closet and a fear of the dark. It's not, you know, anything to be ashamed of. Like we all have our fears. I'm afraid of the dark. And some days are easier, some days are harder. But the best way to dispel that fear of the dark is to illuminate what is in the dark. And what you'll find in this situation is that what is in the dark is your freaking power, you guys. The divine feminine being a part of that is the subconscious realm. And she moves in the darkness. So I do feel kind of brought back to, turning the light on too. That would be the divine masculine force, bringing the light into the dark. Well, hey, that's what temperance talks about too, being the solution to your challenge here. It is balancing those forces. You've got the sun and the moon. I almost the white sun and the black sun, okay, you guys? Balancing those two dynamics within yourself is going to help balance your exterior as well. It's going to help feel more balanced in general. That je ne sais quoi, that piece you're missing. Okay, for Taurus here. Ooh, you got Starborn. I think, was it Gemini that had this last week? I don't have all these memorized yet. There's like 78 different cards, but I'm going to read this from the book. So this is number 3 as well, which is the Empress. There's your divine feminine again. So I do feel this call for you guys to tap into receiving, right? From yourself, from the outside, delving into the unconscious realm. So the Starborn, the divine child, the star child, the destined, ooh. An elusive yet radiant aspect of the self, the Starborn archetype points to the cosmic spark of light that arrives with each being at birth. The moment the newborn crowns, whether vaginally or surgically, the royal stars above are said to constellate in a unique shape that maps our path in the world. The reason why you're a Taurus, right? And the reason why you have other components of your chart. The idea of destiny is controversial, yet the Starborn naturally feels a sense of destination and purpose, aiming itself toward a future that is beyond the mundane. When this card appears, travel back to your birth story for clues and insight. I feel that apology, like I said, there's something like, there's some hurt somewhere that is being asked to be looked at. What did you desire when you were young? Practicing your life from a mythic point of view rather than as a series of logistics. Checking all those boxes, you guys. Hey! Read the story of the 3 fates and envision yourself born under the stars with a unique destiny. So in light, you are a light, trusting, vibrant, and aimed. When dark, feeling of misalignment, loss of longing. So yeah, I feel back to that, like something is just kind of missing from this picture here. Have your chart read, study your constellated shape, ask questions. What does the process conjure in you? Faith or mistrust? What would happen if you saw the galaxy as your ally? So again, I feel brought back to saying, like, check out other components of your chart here, you guys. I feel like that would be helpful for you here in your journey. But it looks like we're doing some deep dive, okay? You can totally do this, Taurus. I believe in you and I love you. Thank you guys for being here with me. As far as the free reading, if you hop into the description of this video, you can join the Phoenix Fam newsletter there. It is free to subscribe. And as long as you are an active subscriber, you'll have a chance to win a free 30-minute reading once a month, okay? And again, I do offer personal readings, that's in the description. And donations are always welcome and accepted, you guys. Thank you so much to those who have supported me in this channel in this way. I have my PayPal and Cash App links in the description there if you feel called to do so, and thank you so much. So, Taurus, this is where I leave you. I love you, I love you, I love you. Please have a beautiful week, and I'll see you all very soon, okay? Bye.